So, the colour code system, let's do an overview and then I'll go through each colour individually. So the first colour is green, and that's all vegetables and fruits except for the starchy ones. So we're looking at 2 to 3 portions per day. Now, on most traditional diets that are either calorie counting or restricting, you're used to being told you mustn't have too much of this. On this program, I'm saying you're almost certainly not having enough of this. Don't weigh, don't measure, just eat as much as you can. Plant-based foods. And the variety of foods and the variety of colours will do 2 things. Firstly, it will mean you're getting a variety of nutrients. And secondly, it will mean you're getting a variety of microbes and prebiotics. And that is absolutely essential. So that's going to be our green. So you want to aim for 2 to 3 per meal. If you have 4 per meal, absolute happy days. You are not going to get fat eating copious amounts of vegetables. So the next colour is pink, and pink are the starchy carbs. So essentially, we've got bread, rice, pasta, potato, and cereals. As I say, we'll go through them in more detail in a second. But of the 3 colours, bearing in mind we're just having red every now and then, of the 3 colours that make up the colour code system, this is the only one that you really need to pay attention to in terms of portion sizes, and this is the one that you almost certainly need to restrict if you've tried to lose weight and haven't managed it, if you've got energy levels and you have highs and lows in the afternoon, and general fatigue and all sorts of other things. So it's the starchy carbs that affect your blood sugar at least as much as sugar, and sometimes more. So I want you to choose the medium GI, and of course all the recommendations that I'm giving you, the colour code system does for you. So when I'm saying here, choose medium GI, if you follow the colour code system, you will. So you haven't got to start going away and working out how do I apply this. I'm just telling you why the colour code system works so well. And then the next colour is blue, and as I said, fat and protein come together with the exception of in oil and butter. If you think about protein sources, whether they're meat or vegetables, they contain more than one thing. We're looking at 1 to 2 portions per meal, and you don't need to weigh out a blooming 4-ounce chicken breast. Have as much as you want, there's not a problem, as long as you have plenty of vegetables with it. So you learn to balance. When you look at your plate, you want to have minimal or no pinks, and the rest needs to be good quality protein and as many plant-based vegetables as you can. When you have a nutrient-dense diet and you eat in the right balance, all of the fake hunger disappears. So we want to have protein in every meal. We also want to not rely on animal sources of protein. And we'll talk about some of the vegetable sources of protein as we go through. And what you'll see is that obviously vegetables are green, but there are certain vegetables that come with a blue star, which mean they are high quality vegetable proteins. So you don't have to get animal foods to get your protein. In fact, I would really encourage you, even if you're meat eaters, to have 2 meat-free days a week. So if there are not too many rules on this program, but one rule is do not eat diet food. Not just because you're not on a diet, but because it will have been processed. And fat really makes food taste nice. So if you take the fat out, you've got to put something else in, and that's either got to be artificial flavouring or sugar, or at least as bad, artificial sweeteners. You need to make it as easy as possible because the brain likes to take the easiest route. So let's work with the brain instead of trying to not have foods that we like and trying to think about this and trying to understand the science. Just follow the colours and keep it simple, because once you know they work, you haven't even got to remember why they work. Your unconscious will then start to drive you towards better choices.